Hello everyone, and welcome to another tutorial on Event Staff app. Today we are going to focus on creating an event, right? The most exciting part. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over here to your left under dashboard. We're going to go to the event section, click on that, and then right down below view events there is create event. So we're going to toggle on the create an event, and this is where we will begin. All right, so as you can see up here, it says need to import events. If you click on this, it'll take you to a section with a brief explanation of how to do that. There'll also be some CSV or Excel file templates that you can utilize, that you can actually build out your events on that, submit it to us, and then we can upload all those into our system and software for you if needed. But let me go ahead and go through the software and create and actually build out the event. So as you can see under event details, you would go ahead and put a client name. If you've already built out the client's information, you can select highlight that client, and then below that you would put event title. So we would do tutorial event, and then the description, tutorial, dress code, we'll put all black, right? So all your information you will need, any private comments you want to add. If you want to associate an event ID number for the event, you can go ahead and do that. And then down below that information, you will have the event location. So since we selected a specific client, these are all the locations we've worked with that client in the past. So if it's a venue we've already worked with them, we can just highlight that venue, toggle it on, or if not, we would come in here and just update all the new information, and then that information would save. But for this demo, for this tutorial instance, I'll just go ahead and leave this venue selected. And then scrolling down, we have date and time of the event. That's exactly the specific date and time this event will be, right? Actual start and end time of the event. Now, if you're not too sure on that, you can always put TBD so the times aren't shown and are shared with your staff when you send out the information for availability requests. You're just asking them for their availability for that event on that specific date, right? And then down below that, we have communication. Here on communication, we have two toggle buttons. The top one that's currently toggled off is daily digest mode. Now, daily digest mode is very unique. So let's say you are building out 8 events today and it's Friday, right? And you're getting ready for like a few weeks out, right? Just building all the events, and you don't want, after building out each event and all the call times, you don't want all those availability requests going off after each event that you build out, right? You want everything to go out at once. Let's say you set daily digest mode for 8 p.m. at night. Once you build out all those 8 events and daily digest mode is toggled on for each of those 8 events, then at 8 p.m., all the events you built out will go out in one text message and one email to all the appropriate staff members assigned to said positions you built call times for, and they will receive a text message, and it will list out. It'll say you've been requested for availability. They would open the link, and then it would have a list of all the events in one text message, or all the events in one, and same for the email, all the events in one email. That way they're not getting pinged after every event you send out, which can be quite annoying at times, right? So it's a really unique tool. And then below that, this is always defaulted to as toggled on, and it's require staff to confirm receipt of scheduled work shift. Again, it's a default. So in the settings, you could turn that default off, but we highly recommend you always requiring staff to confirm they received their actual scheduled work shift. That's like a last step for them to do. That way you know that they are fully active and engaged, right? And you can rely on them to show up. This really helps with your numbers during the event days. Below that field, we have custom fields, right? So custom fields are just that. Just disregard what we have here, but you can create as many custom fields tailored to your business and your event operation as you want. So this is all up to you on what kind of custom fields you want to incorporate. I'll just put lot 16 for parking instructions, and then setup and start time, all this stuff. Again, these are all custom fields. Whatever you want to add into the custom fields, you can add. So I don't need to really hit on that too much. And then below here are file links. And in this section, this is where you can drop a link to where once staff scheduled, they'll have access to this link. And that's where you can dump in like PDFs or any information, maps, whatever kind of information you want your staff to have on hand during the event, they would have access to it through the link that you put. So whether it's a Google Drive, a Dropbox, or Microsoft Office 365, or even if you're on Triple Seat, you can dump a link in there that will have all the documentation that you would want them to have on hand for that specific event. So now that we've created all the information, I'll go ahead and create the event. It's here. And now the event is created and it takes us into call times. And this is where we will start to build out call times. And I'll teach you that on another tutorial. Peace out. Thanks.